Run this year made up for all the hard times in his early coaching days at the Hall.
And here's the opening tip, and the Bulls win the real one. We'll set it up, of course. Michael Jordan needs no introduction. It's McGee deep in the corner. Great move to the hole by Mike McGee.
Nice look.
The other way, an easy deuce to Horace Grant.
They need his bulk against Cartwright. Really can't go to
Here's Michael. Big break. And Grant the beneficiary.
Well, the attention drawn by number 23.
Here's Morris leading the break. He's got Connor on the left. McGee, an open three. Bullseye, 2 in a row.
Well, it's so effective when you can push the ball down and guys like McGee can find a home.
Paxson, who can also shoot the three. And Michael posting up McGee. This is a two-pointer. Shot, and here's McGee turning it into a 2-on-2. Right to the hole goes the Geeter. Good rebound by Connor, but it was poked away, and here comes Michael in transition, 4-on-2.
Ready. A great finisher.
Yeah, and obviously the attraction, Michael Jordan. Good defense by the Bulls, and Connor off the mark. Here's Michael. Delayed just for a moment in transition. The dish fake, and he missed the layup.
Can't wave at him.
And we may get a loose ball foul. Calling it on Connor, and I really got to question that.
He's got it the wrong way.
Connor was pushed out of the way by Pippen.
Lester with the hands up, and you can't wave at this guy, the open floor. Doesn't get the roll, but as the ball goes to the corner.
Meanwhile, the Nets by 13 with 3:20 to play in the quarter, and Michael Jordan is scoreless until this drive. And one.
Really cradles and protects. Not much. You're hung out to dry when they clear out that backside, and you have to play Michael Jordan. No help. Nobody steps up, and JBC a little bit late, and maybe a nickel diver as well.
That's 2 on Joe Barry Carroll, and Keith Lee will come in with 3:17 remaining in the first period. The Nets lead by 11. And Joe Barry leaves. Michael Jordan took 8 minutes and 43 seconds to score his first, and certainly not his last basket of the night. And even, he almost missed the free throw. 10-point net lead, and the Bulls with full court pressure. This has been the Achilles heel of the Nets all season.
Handling it well, though. Posting Connor in the middle.
McGee is at 3 threes, steps on the sideline, and an unforced turnover against the New Jersey Nets.
Now, you really should know where you are on the floor, accepting there's so little area there, and he's thinking 3 all the time, so you really can't blame him as you would other players.
Jordan, defended by McGee, in a clear out.
Good help.
Recognition by Lee. Gaines gives up the shot and gives it up to Hinson, and he can't buy it. The Nets have got nice goal.
They're open at the foul line. Nets have to get a guy flashing in there, turn it into a 3-on-1.
Jordan for 2. His 3rd field goal of the night after missing his first.
Or whomever. Back down. They got Davis being played by Bagley. Less likely of him being an offensive guy.
Pippen against Jones, and the outlet to Michael Jordan. Bulls on trap. First field goal for Roy Hinson. Connor bothers Jordan a touch coming up the floor. 40 seconds remaining in the period. Corzine with a roadblock. Now here's Sellers. He can shoot it. Missing greatness, huh?
I would say that.
Bagley with the dish to an open Lester Connor, and he can't get it to go down. Michael with a
you got to learn how to dribble before you can run the floor.
Now the Bulls have 7 on the shot clock, so they put it in the franchise hands. Sellers.
He was right on the 10 with
the first half.
Here's the trap they struggle a little bit with.
That was a tentative play by Buck Williams, and Michael Jordan with a steal. What a look, huh?
Was that pretty?
First quarter. Went on an 11-point tear and put them right back in it. Now they have the lead. And now Michael Jordan opened that up.
Explain that one.
Made 53 of his last 57 free throws.
That'll get you up toward the 90s. What do you got, 85% for the year?
85 for the year, but of late he has been a murder. He's looking for his 3rd straight scoring title. And not since Wilt Wilt Chamberlain, I guess. Has anybody won? Well, Chamberlain won 7 in a row, and Michael would be the 6th in NBA history. The last
as he's had this year. But he really has had games where he's not the same player.
Nets trail by 3. Jordan to post up McGee with the turnaround. That's money in the bank.
Well, beat him out. Not a good pass. Get away with it, though.
And a great play by Michael Jordan. He makes a basket at one end, comes all the way down and makes the great block on Bill Jones the other way.
Well, that's a problem the Bulls have. He's got that mentality of a scorer, so he doesn't think balance all the time. But here he gets back, bails him out. Looks like all ball as well. He need a big goal. They run that play.
Now McGee, who scored 13 points in the first half, will now take a seat on the bench as Lester Connor gets ready to check in. And the Bulls, Michael Jordan, this is the first free throw by Chicago in the last 10 attempts. And Lester Connor checks back in for New Jersey. Remember how quiet Michael was in the beginning of this game?
Mm-hmm.
Now he has 13 points and leads everybody.
Well, you knew he'd light it up.
14. Pete Carroll, the Princeton coach, and I'll finish that thought in a moment because Michael's in traffic. Charles Davis with the deuce and the Bulls by 6. Jones
Got away with it. I'm not so sure it's a good judgment shot, though. 1 against 4.
only if it goes down.
Yes. As said by somebody in this area frequently.
There's Jordan.
There's the switch now, see? It puts a lot of pressure on you here as to how to handle it.
Michael Jordan.
He just took both this man and Keith Lee to the goal.
Against Georgetown.
Sure, what an extraordinary effort by the Princeton kids.
Shackelford nowhere to go, and he made a mistake.
Pretty. He choreographed that, got Haley out of the way, and then dumped to the good shooting Brad Sellers.
Now the Nets play for one last shot, down 8 points, biggest lead of the half by the Chicago Bulls. The Nets at one point led by 13. 5 on the clock. Bagley got himself in a lot of trouble, and the Nets get away with it. As Bagley could have been called for traveling, and Shackelford makes the deuce at the buzzer. So at halftime, it is Chicago 62, New Jersey 56. Now let's join Ed Randall in our studios. Lester with 5 assists in the ball game, and the Nets within 4.
In traffic.
Wide open, John Paxson. Sellers is in, and Jordan with the open recognition to Sellers, who's now hit his 6th jump shot, now with 16 points, and he gives the Nets a 2-point lead. Meanwhile, he has 3 fouls. He really should be careful. The people came to see that.
Wow, good night. Explosive.
In Edmonton, and the crowd still loves him. Watch this.
I must say the food here is pretty good at the Meadowlands, but this man is darn good. Electrifying crossover dribble, low to the ground, and send it in. Mr. David, he is a pleasure to watch.
I've asked Michael on occasion, are there nights when you show up, when you say to yourself, I don't care what they do, they're not going to stop me tonight, like last night when he had 47 against Indiana?
And that it happens to be.
Unless the x-rays are done by Polaroid, he's not coming back. Jordan with the baseline reverse. Gorgeous move by Michael. And the Nets lead is 8 with 5:15 to play in the third. Jordan denied by McGee, and the reverse. Credit Cartwright for the back tap. Davis wide open.
Say that's where Jordan is great.
Davis against the smaller Bagley. Now Pippen. Mr. Jordan.
When there's a choice of the Nets, Morris, the advantage, they went to him.
Buck with the pull-up, an air ball, almost. And the rebound of Davis. Down goes McGee, and Jordan will be picked up by Bagley. Open jumper for Michael. And the Nets lead is 5. Well, he had a tough night last night against Indiana. Jordan with the roll to the hole.
And a little flare.
Max third, the Nets lead by 3, 89-86. Keith Lee will come in during the next whistle.
A lot of bouncing and standing.
Too much. Hinson right to the hole. Ducker.
And Dr. Hedroy. Bang it home. Guard. Nice back cut and recognition. John Paxson.
By Michael, an 85% free throw shooter, misses one. A rare miss for Michael of late as Charles Davis comes in for John Paxson. So that means Michael goes back to the point.
Yeah. Or Pippen might handle a little. Maybe he'll run it down, give it up, and get into these bumps and sets. And one more, huh?
One more rebound for Michael, and he'll have another triple-double.
Went right back after them.
15-point lead for the Nets, their biggest of the ball game. The crossover by Michael, the steal almost by Connor. He created the loose ball.
He should have lost the ball by all rights.
Connor with a lane. Dished it off to nobody. And a smart foul by either Bagley or Carroll. It's Bagley, because otherwise Michael has gone to the races. As Bill Cartwright comes in with 6:09 to play. And the Nets have committed their 4th foul. They are at the limit.
Howard, if you want to show kids when to use a behind-the-back dribble, that was the time. Nothing left. Gorgeous as he drew the foul. Bounce between defenders. Good job.
Oh, excellent play by Carroll, wasn't it?
Sure was. Pretty.
Returned by Bill Jones and the deuce. The Nets have their biggest lead, 17 points with 5:02 remaining in the ball game. And in the 3rd quarter, behind some trays by Mike McGee and Chris Morris, the Nets overtook the Bulls and have led ever since. Here's a steal by Haley with 3, with 2, and he dribbled it off his foot. It's a shame that to end the game that way after the game was so exciting with an unforced turnover, but nevertheless, the Nets with the victory as they beat the Bulls 123 to 111. And Mr. Jordan leaves with another triple-double. So the crowd got a chance to see Michael get a triple-double, and they got to see the Nets win. So I guess it's good news, good news.
Absolutely. It's always fun to watch, and the way the Nets played tonight, you'd wonder what they could have done all year long if they got their heads into it.